Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me today on the College Dropout Podcast. I am your host, Sierra, and you are now listening to the College Dropout Podcast, where we inspire, we empower, and we mentor individuals who dropped out of college or you skipped college, but now you want to become an entrepreneur. Guys, thank you for joining me today. Today is Thursday, February 16th. We are halfway through the first quarter, and if you had a rough first half of the first quarter like I did, please know and understand that it is not too late to still put forth an effort and have a very successful first quarter. And something I had to tell myself this morning, I would rather have a bad first half of the first quarter than have a bad first half of the entire year. So guys, let's go ahead and get started for today. If any of you are listening for the first time today, once again, it's Thoughtful Thursday. What I do on Thoughtful Thursday is I take some information that I read, watched, learned, listened to. I regurgitate the information back to you guys to let you know how I'm going to apply it to my life or how I have already applied it to my life. And in turn, I hope that you guys engage me and let me know how you're going to apply it to your life. You can do that engaging by commenting on the College Dropout Podcast Facebook page. You can email me, Sierra at the College Dropout Podcast, or you can reach me via social media, my personal social media at Sierra Say. That's Instagram as well as Facebook. That's CIERRASEAY. I have Twitter, but I don't use it that often. I honestly don't even know the Twitter handle off the top of my head. I know that's terrible. But let's go ahead and get started today, guys. Once again, I just want to remind you, audible.com is going ahead and giving you guys another opportunity to take advantage of a 30-day free membership. What that means is that in the course of 30 days, you can download an audiobook for free. And if in turn you do not want to keep the membership, you can keep the audiobook. So just go to audibletrial.com/the College Dropout Podcast. There are over literally 100,000 books to choose from. I haven't seen a book that I haven't looked for a book that they didn't have yet. Put it that way. That's how many books they have. Like, I've never come up with an empty search, and I've looked for books that are ancient. I've looked for books that are brand new. They even have pre-orders for books that aren't even out yet. So go ahead and take advantage of that. That's audibletrial.com/the College Dropout Podcast. It's a free book, guys. 30 days, free book, no strings attached. I would appreciate it if you guys did that for me. So today's episode is inspired by a journal that I have called the Step Into Greatness Journal that was written by Nehemiah Davis. Nehemiah was a guest on my show. He's won the Grinder of the Year award from Dr. Eric Thomas. He's won the Steve Harvey Neighborhood Award a couple years ago. He was recently on the Steve Harvey Show, and I purchased his journal, and it's really been a piece of added value to my life. Really made me think about some things, forces you to write down some things and come to grips with some things. And the great thing I like about it is that he has quotes on the pages, but after the quotes, there's like empty space for you to write down, I guess, how you feel about the quote, what you learned from the quote. Like, it forces you to really think and dig deep on some things. So there's a quote in this book that says, "Sacrifice is a bridge between dreams and a goal." Once again, sacrifice is a bridge between dreams and a goal. Now, I chose to talk about this quote because at the end of last year, like, I sat down by myself and I really, tried to pick some keywords that was going to help me get to where I wanted to be this year. And sacrifice was the first word that came to mind, meaning there were some things I was going to have to sacrifice to grow this podcast, to make some changes in my personal life. And I'm talking about sacrifice in terms of time, in terms of money, in terms of relationships, in terms of who I had to hang around, who I had to get away from, the things that I was doing every day. Like, it's a big deal. And as I'm going through the changes and making the adjustments, it's been hard. It's really been hard. But every day I look back on last year this time, and I think about this year this time, and I see the difference. And there is a difference because of the sacrifices that I've been making. I don't hang out as much as I used to. I'm gonna be open and honest and transparent. I don't drink as much as I used to. There are a lot of things I don't do as much as I used to because I understand that sacrifice is that bridge between my dreams and the goal that I have to get to the dream. So I have a goal and I have dreams, but unless I sacrifice, it's always going to just be there hanging in the balance. So what do you have to sacrifice? Like, What do you have to give up? Who do you have to give up? What activities do you have to give up in order to cross that bridge? Is it always going to be a goal? Is it always just going to be hanging in the balance? Something you need to ask yourself. And like I said, it's been really hard, like really, really hard. I've sacrificed a lot. I don't even want to get, dig too deep into it. I'll probably save that for another episode, but it's a serious question that I had. What I did was I asked myself, what is stopping me from getting to where I wanted to be? Like, seriously, what are you not doing? You get up early, you read a lot, you do this, you do that, but I wasn't sacrificing enough. I really wasn't. And now that I've began to, I can see the difference in a lot of things. So one of the main sacrifices I've made is in terms of just spending habits. I noticed last year I went to Atlanta twice in the fourth quarter, and my flight each time was less than a good pair of shoes. Each time. My flight to Atlanta, Georgia was less than a good pair of shoes, and what I gained from both of those trips is priceless. So that's the type of sacrifice I'm talking about. Like when you have to choose between a $200 pair of shoes and a flight to somewhere or some seminar or a boot camp that may potentially change your life. So that's my biggest sacrifice in my spending habits and just how I'm using my time and who I'm spending my time with. So guys, think about it. What do you have to sacrifice to cross that bridge? That's all I have for you today. I really appreciate you for joining me. Before I get out of here, I just have to ask you guys for one small favor. So I created a survey so I can figure out how to serve you guys better. I need to know the type of people you want me to bring on the show. I need to know the type of information you need. I need to know, what do you need from me to help you reach your goals? We're all in this together. I'm still trying to reach my goals. You're still trying to set goals and reach your goals. So we might as well do it together. So the survey is at the top of the College Dropout Podcast Facebook fan page. It's literally like 5 or 6 questions. It's literally going to take you like 2 to 3 minutes, if that. I would really, really appreciate it if you took the survey. Let me know how I can help you so that we can make this podcast bigger and better in 2017. Guys, thank you once again for joining me. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your Thursday. Make it a great day. Make it a great week. And like always, be impactful and be intentional.